1, 2, 3, go. Are we on?
Hello.
I'm
Hello.
staring into the
I
camera.
am Tammy, and this is my sister Annalisa, and this is, what are we calling this?
I'm calling it Lipstick Stained Coffee Time with Tammy and Annalisa.
Ooh, I like the name. Oh, cheers.
So our hot topic tonight is thyroid health. We've covered this topic actually before and really went into some nitty gritty of it, but
The ingredients, we did a whole different take on that. So if you are really interested and if you're really nerdy like me, a strong C in this area, then you'll want to look that video up and let us know because we can show you that. This one, we are going to work on
We're going to touch on a few things. I mean, this is probably, the symptoms of this probably affects every single person out there. And I think that there's a lot of people that think, well, I don't have a thyroid issue, but after this little chat with us, maybe you're going to take another look. And if you can, check off some of these lists, unfortunately, on for yourself, you might realize that you may have a weak functioning thyroid as well. Let's just talk about thyroid health. It actually affects your entire well-being of your body. It's not just one area. I mean, yes, it's right here, this butterfly little shaped thing in your neck, but it affects every single part of your body. It is the powerhouse, right? And it's not exclusive to who it affects. Both genders, children, young and old. I didn't know that it affected children so much.
Yeah, it does.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And so we're going to talk about a few of the symptoms, but the number one symptom I would say that most people are really noticing is fatigue. And
fatigue. Anyone here ever felt fatigued?
We hear this all the time, and I cannot believe the difference. We're going to talk about a natural way that we've been able to help the thyroid, but I can't believe in myself even the difference that I've noticed. You think it's almost normal to a point, the fatigue people feel?
You do think that, you guys, you hear it all the time. I mean, I hear it a lot in my industry. I deal with people's health every single day. And people asking, is this normal? Is this normal? When I was in my earlier 40s, so maybe 5 years ago, I went into my doctor and I was explaining that I was fatigued, and he just basically told me that I was expecting too much as a 40-year-old. Now, I really struggled with that because I look at my mom, for an example, in her 70s, or even my massage therapist who's 75. These women, they are not only good and have energy for their age, they have energy for most 20-year-olds. And that is, you wonder why, right? That is not normal to feel tired all the time, to not be able to finish your workout, to not be able to give, play with your kids. Even this, can I tell one of my testimony about how my fatigue has changed?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, because you guys, this is crazy. Okay, so I am a person with a lot of energy. Anyone that knows me knows that I've got a lot of energy compared to most people.
She does.
But, so my standard might be higher when it comes to energy. But, so let's just, for those of you that know me, so you don't think I'm like, well, you had energy. Well, I thought I did too. So what I would do in the morning, this is my morning routine. I'd get up. I've always struggled with drinking too much coffee. I'd always go into cycles where all of a sudden I'd be drinking 5 or 6 cups and then I'd have to cycle back. I don't know if anyone else has done that here. But why? Because I needed it. And I would get up. I'd be the type of person in the morning, my whole entire life, don't talk to me for the first 3 hours. I need alone time. I jump out of bed. I've always been an early riser, not necessarily because I love getting up. It's because I believe and I know that people who achieve big things in life get up early, and I have always wanted to be a big achiever. So I get up, drag myself out, and I don't want anyone to talk to me for at least 3 hours. At least 3 hours. And I thought, I'm doing fantastic. I have amazing energy. Well, I have been on this product. Well, let's just be truthful. I've been on the Solenda 8 months, but actually the Re-Kick I've only been on it, 2? 1.5? Not that great with numbers. I started the Re-Kick later. So the results are actually quicker probably than what we think, because the Solenda is about absorption, right? And the Re-Kick is about energy. Guys, this is what happens. I wake up and my eyes are open, and it's like, it's still dark outside because we live in Manitoba. It stays dark very long, but it's 6:30 in the morning or 7, usually in between there. And I just can't believe it. It's like I've been awake for 3 hours. It's like there's not that wake up time. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, I used to teach classes in the morning. Oh my word, I was such a grump. It was, I want to say, hard is the word I'm looking for. Hard, not that other H word. It was very hard.
Hard. It was very hard.
Yes, that is the word, because we're keeping this clean. Okay, and another thing I want to say is falling asleep. You guys, I go to bed, and I've always been an insomniac until the last 5-6 years. I've really improved on my sleeping. But
this
over
is
the
another
last
level for
year,
you.
yeah, and yes, it is a total different level. And over the last year, again, I was kind of struggling a bit. Nothing like I did in the past, but exactly what you said. Whole different level. I go to sleep and I'm like, I'm excited. I can't wait to go and shut my eyes because I get to like.
Well, you actually get sleep. I would feel the same. You know, I didn't realize that I struggled with this as much as I did because I get a lot done, and I wouldn't have said I struggled with this. You guys, there's no
you would have
comparison.
never.
I fall asleep now, like when your head hits the pillow, when you're not, you know, thinking for an hour and a half, and your husband's long snoring. And the other thing too, waking up completely refreshed. Like,
tell them what you've been doing in the morning.
I've been working out early. That is so not like me.
I told my dad that today, okay, because she had told me this yesterday.
Not like me.
And my dad was like, not Annalisa. Like, he was like, what? That's not her. Because
it's not.
It's not her.
I'm a grumpy morning person, and it's that annoying mom now in the morning singing my kids awake, and my husband too. But one thing I gotta say is when I really noticed it was when I would go to sleep at night and not remember the entire night, because I used to remember every hour turning over, and that good solid sleep, but having so much energy. And the crazy thing is, I mean, your body will do different things. Some people, it might take a little bit longer when they're on this supplement to adjust. And that's important to remember because you need to adjust. Some people notice it instantly. Both are totally normal.
And sometimes I think, like, when you start on this, a side effect is that you're tired in the beginning. And you know what I think it is? I think that body, it's a bit of detox, but your body is catching up. Your body, most people, I believe that too. And when the body is healing itself, that takes energy. So in the beginning, the first week or two, sometimes it even lasts up to a month where you're gonna feel a little bit more tired, and then all of a sudden, zoom, and you just have this energy that is, you know, again, not like a quick fix type of energy, but rather just a lasting energy. It is just shocking. You know, women often say, you know, okay, there's this quote on Facebook. You guys know this one. I'm waiting for my next drink, coffee. Wine.
Oh, I just,
okay? Well, I feel like I don't need to do that anymore because I've got that energy. Because does anyone else, can you relate to that? Waiting, I used to live like that, waiting for that next, now I get my coffee, my little surge of energy. Oh, now I get my wine, I get my little bit of, you know, and not that that's so wrong, but I'm just saying it is different to not feel that or need that.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk a little bit about a few other symptoms. So I guess, I mean, okay, let's talk about this here.
Which one? What?
The hormones the thyroid secretes are essential to all growth and metabolism.
Yes, metabolism.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's been hard not doing or not changing anything routine-wise and still not being able to see the results that I used to get, right? I think a lot of women are going, I'm doing everything right, I'm doing this, I'm eating right, and I'm still, nothing's sticking. You know, that is a direct correlation to a weak functioning thyroid. Tammy has been in the health and fitness industry for years. She's dealt with women. You've seen this. Tell us about it.
Oh my goodness, you guys, over the last 20 years, there's just been such a shift. Such a shift. I'm just gonna move this so we can see Annalisa a little better. But yeah, there's been a huge shift in what I used to see in 60-year-olds, 70-year-olds actually, I'm seeing now in not only 40 and 30, but 20-year-olds. And there is a shift. It used to be that I could make up a program. I'm telling you guys, this is how it used to be. I'd make up a program, give them an eating plan, right? And they would lose weight. It was that simple. It's not like that anymore. And there's a few reasons. It has to do with the toxins that are affecting the thyroid. It also has to do with hormonal, right? And so that is directly linked to the thyroid.
Because your thyroid's a hormone.
Yes. Isn't that unbelievable?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to talk about some of the toxins now, or no, was that for later?
Yeah, let's do it.
So I was just thinking, and then I want to tell a personal story, and she does too, about her weight, because it's kind of very interesting. I think you guys are going to love this. But what do you think? So I've taken a few courses on detoxing, and I think sometimes we don't always know where the toxins are coming from.
I found this so interesting because I kind of wanted to know too, like why is this affecting so many more people than it used to? Number one, lack of nutrients would be the biggest thing, like Tammy said, right? Like when you're seeing what used to work and why doesn't it? Well,
that's frustrating.
That has to do with lack of nutrients. We know we don't get it from our food like we used to. So guys, it's not your fault. When you're eating that salad, guess what? It doesn't have the same nutrients as it once did. So then you're going, why am I still craving? Why am I doing all this? That's probably the number one reason. But like Tammy said, chemicals, we're exposed to them daily at a way higher rate.
Way higher rate.
Like chlorine, fluoride, this is huge, and this makes me feel guilty, but electronic devices. That can affect your thyroid, electricity, hydro, radiation, chemo, all of these things. And when you think of it, like the thyroid is the power box of the body, right?
Yeah.
It's the power box. So
Controls
when
a
this
lot.
is weak, like metabolism, like we were talking
Totally.
about, is going to be
Yeah.
affected because it slows everything down.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've noticed that in our weights. big time.
Unbelievable. Okay, so I have a fun story to tell you guys. So I definitely put on weight in my 40s, and I've been the same weight, just for those of you that don't really know me, my whole entire life. I've never changed. I could fit into my high school pants, like no problem, up until 40. And kind of the same thing that happened to my dad. He got a little bigger than I did. But so oh, Dad, if you're watching this, okay. Anyway, I don't think he will. But so what happened is, it was kind of funny because we would go shopping and my girls would laugh. Kelani was like, "Hey, Mom, like those aren't gonna fit you." Every time I would pick the size that I'd been for the last 40 years.
Not your size, Mama.
So finally, I figured it out and realized that I would have to go to a size, whatever it was, 7 or 8, depending on the pants. Right, pants are all different. So anyway, I went shopping last week. And I went and I finally figured this out. I got all my 7 and 8 sizes and went and tried them on, and they were too big. And so I was like, this can't really be. Like, I really didn't even believe it. Has anyone ever done that? You're shopping, but you don't believe it? Both ways I've done it. So I went and I got her to get me all 5s, and I tried them on. And I was like, hey, this fits. And I thought, it almost seems a little loose, but I was like, that can't be true. So I came home, and you guys, these pants are too big. I need to go another size down.
Yeah. And the funny thing was,
Like what?
she just told me this morning, and I have my new jeans sitting in the bag ready to return, because I couldn't believe I went down a size. I went down a size also.
This is
brought
a
them
happy
home.
thing.
I was so excited. I went down a size. This was great, and they don't fit me either.
I've noticed, Lisa.
Now, one thing that's very interesting is I've been on this product for 8 months. In this 8th month, I've noticed the difference. And I think this is one thing I really want us to
This
get.
is gonna be good. I know it is.
Oh, I feel it too.
I can tell. Yeah. What?
I think a lot of times we look for a way to medicate ourselves or to treat something. And I want you to know that the thyroid can be stabilized through a plant-based product.
Yes.
It actually can be. We have people, testimonies coming in daily
unbelievable.
of their thyroid levels completely normal.
The testimonies are insane. And this is not a quick fix. This isn't going to happen in a month. We really need to understand the effects of being lacking in nutrients and what that does to our bodies. And when we try to fix that, it is just so cool. And everyone goes at their own rate. Some people see results really fast. Some people it takes longer. But I would say, I mean, this product hasn't even been around a year, but in a year, it is unbelievable the changes that we are seeing.
Well, and one thing I've spoken with a couple of mothers lately, and even talking about their children, and it all of a sudden clicked with me. Even my own son, you can tell right away when it's not summer and the nutrients isn't quite the same in the food, and they're not getting the vitamin D, and they're really exhausted, and they're looking pale, and I've had 2 mothers this week share with me just about their boys, and I had no idea the correlation. I'm like, wait a minute, now that I've learned so much about this, I see that it's as simple as a thyroid thing. And you know what's so great about having a plant-based safe product?
Oh my
it is
goodness,
literally
guys.
safe for everyone.
Everyone. And I have to tell another testimony. We're doing lots of testimonies, but Kaylani, so she's my 17-year-old, and she's never had a lot of energy. No. She just hasn't. And this year she is coming into her own. This girl, I have never seen the like. She even went on a trip to Chicago and didn't get sick. Like, that's just, it's unheard of. Yeah. I'm always pumping her full of stuff, always so worried. She is like, she's healthy. You guys, do you know how great that feels to have healthy kids?
Yeah, it's incredible.
And it's such a worry off my mind.
I think it's really neat that Soul-Life decided to come up with 2 products to start. And I just want to kind of end with this.
Me too.
Okay, so what are people's issues, right? They really wanted to look at that. And the number 1 issue is absorption and the food's lacking. When you start to put that back into the body, there is just oodles of things that will improve in the body, right?
70 minerals, that's 70 different things.
And so their first product, Splenda, is really the cornerstone. It will help at a cellular level you absorb anything. Yeah. The second product they chose to come up with is Re-Kick, and that is what is going to help you with these symptoms and balancing your hormones and your thyroid and give you that real energy. And the reason why they did that is because they found that when people are absorbing and getting what they're lacking, and then they target the thyroid, your body is going to function to its optimum ability.
It's like they will come up with different products, but it's like they don't have to.
Well, why do they need to?
It's so simple. And you know what? Okay, I have something to say here. Whoa. Because, okay, this is what happens in my industry, right? It's like someone will be like, I think I am lacking in, and I'll say this, and then all of a sudden they're going and taking a full-on zinc supplement, and they're overdosing in one mineral and underdosing in another. That's so, so important to understand that this is formulated and it's safe. So you're getting everything, then plus you're absorbing, right? Because we know that it has the humic and fulvic acid and so many other things that help you absorb on a cellular level.
Yeah.
But plus you're getting a nice, safe amount of all the minerals. That's really important, and we need to understand that. We really need to get that, right?
Well, and don't you find that this is the magic of it. We are all lacking in different things. So I don't know what you're lacking in. So when you're getting 70 trace minerals and absorbing them with that humic and fulvic acid, then you're targeting the thyroid on top of that. Your body is just going to function like
like she might need zinc, I might need magnesium, right?
Yes.
Whatever it is that we're going to need, we are going to absorb that on a much deeper level. And it's like food. I love when you say that. I love that picture. Has anyone seen that? The pill and then food's in it. That's what this is. And I remember being a kid and thinking that one day we're going to have pills that have all the nutrients in them. And we are actually at that day and age.
And unfortunately we need it, but thankfully we have this option and this plant-based option.
So thankful.
Yeah, hopefully you learned something. If you have any questions, please reach out, or to whoever invited you to watch this video. And have a fantastic day. We're going to finish this lipstick stained coffee. Thanks for joining us.